Well, if I think back on how I started to get to work with wood, I think of it from childhood on. I remember working with, playing with Lincoln logs and Tinker toys. They were wood and they were painted and I loved it. I can even remember as a kid sharpening sticks to use to plant in the ground and make some interesting installations, if you want to think of it like that. And then later on, I did try painting. And I was a graphic designer for many years. And none of it ever felt right until I took a class at the Provincetown Art Association and Museum with Paul Bowen, who was a sculptor, wonderful sculptor. And it felt perfect. It was like, oh, I get to combine everything I love about art making, and that was to find the stuff. So I only use wood that I find around Provincetown, and so I could do long walks and drag whatever big chunk of a boat or plank from a floor or whatever back to the studio. Then I could hammer on it and bang it, and because it was old and it had paint on it, I never felt like it was precious. I thought, this is old stuff, I can just feel free. The wood I find and use, it has been something in its past, so there's this layer of culture that had people involved with it. So there are lots of energies in wood, and I think it sometimes tells you what it wants to work with and be. And so that's kind of what I have learned over the years, is the spirit of the wood is there. Just let it tell you what it wants to do and wants to be. But I'll add to that, there were a few things that I love to do, and that is to look at other artists who have worked in this town, Provincetown, and see what they did and maybe riff off it. So I play with three-dimensional versions of Blanche Lazelle sometimes. I've also done that with some other modernist painters like Kenneth Stubbs, and he loved to do still lifes, and I took one of his still lifes and pushed it to 3D. So I guess because I'm using old found painted wood, and I don't paint it, I just use what I find, that paint is really important. I like to play a lot with color combinations, and of course I have to say I find a ton of blue. You know, we live by the sea. Everyone paints their boats blue, or their blue trim in their houses or whatever. So I do find certain colors frequently, lots of white, lots of blue. Orange is a real trip. Don't find a lot of orange, but once in a while. You know, there's a lot of layers to my stuff. I'm a salvager, or a moon cusser, like the old people used to be, who would walk the beach and hope for a wreck, and they would actually hate it when the moon came out, because then they wouldn't necessarily see a wreck, because the moon would give the sailors and the seamen a clear path. They could find their way. But if the moon wasn't there, they would maybe hit the shoals or hit the sandbars and wreck. So, okay, I'm a moon cusser maybe.